Hello to my Capricorns. All right, Capricorns, we are in Capricorn season. Happy birthday to each and every one of you. All right, Capricorns, this video is for the 25th of December. So happy holidays to each and every one of you all. It's for the 25th of December through the 1st of January. So obviously this cycle ends on the 29th. So we still got some closing out to do. It is officially a waning crescent moon. Waning crescent moons, we want to focus on honoring your inner introvert. You want to journal about ways that you can look after yourself better in the new lunar cycle, which begins on the on the 30th of December. You want to practice gratitude for all that this cycle has taught you. You want to meditate somewhere quiet and peaceful. You want to do workings for inner healing. You want to practice self-care and rest. You don't want to be tempted to overwork. So yeah, self-care, self-kindness, self-forgiveness, not being tempted to overwork. You want to focus on activities that recharge your batteries and give you a sense of rejuvenation and peace rather than things that'll drain your energy. So rest is really, really important. As we're closing out a cycle and breaking karmic cycles. This is the year 8, so you want to break karmic cycles. All right, let's do it. Let's see what's in your cards. Again, happy birthday to my Capricorns. This is a general reading. Take on what resonates with you. If you're interested in a personal reading, my information is in the description. Let's get into it. Let's get into it. Let's do it. Let's do it. All right, Capricorns, Capricorns, Capricorns. All right. These cards trying to jump out the deck already. Good grief. Sound like Charlie Brown. Good grief. All right. Let's do it. All right, all right, all right. Let's see. Let's see. Let's see. All right. Here we have the 6 of Pentacles. 6 of Pentacles. All right. So here we have the 5 of Wands. So some kind of an approval came across, and then there's some kind of a bait and switch. Some kind of a bait and switch. Here we have the 2 of Cups here. So some kind of a soulmate came through. Here we also have the 9 of Cups here. So we're going to start out with a 6-card spread. Here we also have the 10 of Cups here. So there's a lot of hearts here. Lots of hearts. All right. And we also have the 9 of Swords here. So something's a nightmare. 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so let's start with a 6-card spread. Okay, talking to you wherever Capricorn is in your birth chart. So we started out with some kind of six of Pentacles, right? So some kind of an approval, some kind of a yes, right? But remember, 6 of approval is like a charity. So it seems like you get out of something you put into it, right? Some kind of it's like a give and take, some kind of a charity, right? So you get out of something that you put into it. But Source is saying you got to be careful with bait and switch, right? Bait and switch. So looks like with something, it looks like Source is saying, okay, you got to ask some questions, right? So if it feels like something in the past was like, okay, you were baited into something, it's more than just a physical. Where you was something switched up on you in the past, right? Was it a bait and switch in the past, right? So that would be equivalent to somebody like you thinking, okay, this is a soulmate. This is a soulmate situation. What's the pattern of behavior here? How many times you gonna bait me into something and switch up again? How many times you gonna keep baiting me into something and switching up? How many times you gonna bait something and switch up again? How many times it's gonna happen before I just finally say, okay, I'm not giving any more air to something, right? Because I'm saying a pattern of behavior here. They're going to take 5 times. I'm going to get baited into something and switched up again, right? Before I realize this is not a soulmate situation because it's only benefiting one person. I keep getting baited into something and then switching up on something, right? After you feel like, okay, I'm putting into something and I'm not getting back something. I keep putting into something, but I'm not getting back on something, right? So that's what Source is trying to help somebody to learn how to do is something is not it could, so before you get off the fence. So 2 and 9 is 11, right? 2 is peace, like the peace sign, right? So 2 on the light side of 2 would be peace, right? But on the dark side of 2 is like keeping something connected to you that is disrupting your peace. You know, like I'm going to stay in a relationship that just keeps disrupting my peace. It's peaceful for them, but it's disrupting your peace. So I'm going to have to number 9 this situation, right? I'm going to have to end it. It just keeps disrupting my peace. I mean, I thought this soulmate in situation, but it keeps disrupting my peace. I'm going to just go ahead and have to end this. So 9 would be end, the end of something. So the moon is in Scorpio. Scorpio is a death, rebirth sign. So in order for me to get to the rebirth, I'm going to have to just look at something and go, okay, maybe this is not when it comes to money and when it comes to relationships, right? When the moon moves through Scorpio. So it could be a friendship that you just feel like, okay, this friendship just keeps benefiting them, but it's not benefiting me. I just keep falling for the bait and switch. They keep inviting me out, and I look back and I'm just like, why do I keep going out with this friend and I'm not benefiting from this? I could have stayed at home for this, right? That's the bait and switch. I keep getting baited into this, going out with this. I feel like I get switched up on again. Why do I keep going to this event? Why I keep getting invited to, go hang out with certain people, but then I just feel like I could have stayed. I could have been at home in my PJs. I could have been curled up in front of the TV, hair wrapped up, eating some popcorn. I would have had more fun. So what Source is trying to help somebody learn how to do is stop falling for the bait and switch when you're dealing with certain energies. They're showing you over and over and over again, it's disrupting your peace, but it's adding to their peace, right? So, and it's actually causing you a nightmare. Something has caused somebody a nightmare. So Source said, what's the way to end the nightmare? What's the way to end the nightmare? Stop, just cut them off. Just cut them off altogether. That's how you're going to learn how to pray for more sacred bonds. That's how you're going to say, you know what? Now I understand what the Tower card really means. Now now I understand what the Tower card means. As soon as I'm having an epiphany, an awakening, a total recall of some things, it's the Tower card. Remember I always said with the Tower card is a total recall. Maybe first time, okay, I fall for the bait. Okay, I fell for the bait. Disrupted my peace. Okay, I could have stayed home for this. You sold me on the event. Okay, you told me the event was gonna be the most fun event. I was just gonna have the most fun I was gonna have in my life. I get there, it was snooze fest. I fell asleep. Right? Okay. Got me the first time. Okay. Second time, you invite me somewhere. Whew. I almost fell asleep again. Okay, you're not gonna give me the third time you invite me somewhere. Okay, no, you trying to say, oh, you gotta come this time. I know the first 2 times it was boring. Yeah, you're gonna have to send me the pictures. You're gonna have to send me sound bite. You have to show me the video. Everybody was having a great time. It's first. Spend some money, get an outfit. You're just gonna send me the pictures, right? So so Source is just saying, 9 of Swords. That's how you're gonna stop your own nightmare. That's how you're gonna stop your own nightmare. Because somebody just kept baiting you into something, and it worked out for them, but for you, that's how you're gonna stop. That's how you're gonna just say, no, not anymore. Not anymore. So Source is going to get somebody to learn how to, because that's how Source is helping you. This is really helping somebody to not just go for just the physical, right? You're an earth sign and you deal with the physical existence of things. So it's actually helping you to not just go for the physical, right? Just not go for the physical. Not to just go for the physical. Right? Here's the 6 of, and so I do see, and then we got a 5 and 6 is 11 here again. So you got 11 here a different way in terms of your fire, right? So in terms of your spirit, right? So okay, your spirit is telling you, okay, the first time I fell for the bait. I went for the bait, right? And somebody switched up on me. So I took some kind of action. So somebody says, okay, here's the bait. I'm having an event, right? And so you said, okay, hey, I'm going on. My spirit is saying, okay, I'll take their word before I go. So I get there to the event, and I'm just giving somebody an example. It wasn't what I thought it was going to be. It was, all right. And so then you decide maybe second time, you spend your gas, wear and tear on your tires. Maybe you take an Uber, Lyft, whatever. Maybe a bus, public transportation, train, whatever. Get to the whatever, depending on what the weather conditions are. If it was an inconvenience, maybe somebody drives you there, whatever. Whatever it cost you, right? Maybe a couple of hours, sleep, whatever. And so then you decide, I need to get back in the saddle again. In other words, I'm not going to let it disrupt my normal schedule, right? So that's what I'm seeing here. I'm not going to let it disrupt my normal schedule. I'm back in the saddle again. Yeah, so you ended something, so you're back in the saddle again. And so, because now you're saying, okay, I'm back in the saddle again. I prayed for more sacred bonds where it's not going to be a nightmare for me next time. More sacred bonds. It's time to create now. It's time to really create some time to pray, to ask Source for more creative, more sacred bonds, right? So here we have the Queen of Diamonds, and this is a person who said, you stepped down off your throne, you went down a rabbit hole, something ended up being a nightmare for you. You know better the next time, you're back on your throne again, back on the throne again, right? You're down to earth, you're relatable, your fairy tale, somebody else's fairy tale could have ended up being your nightmare. And so depending on what kind of a nightmare it was, it could have just been, hey, something as simple as, okay, that was a close call, or it could have been nightmare, whatever, nightmare or whatever. But for somebody, you got back on your throne and just say, hey, listen, I learned whatever I needed to learn. I can just take a little bit from here, a little bit from there, a little bit from here, and I can make something my own fairy tale. And that's it. That's the end of that. That's the end of that. But I stepped through the pillar in terms of my spirit and taking action. I stepped through the pillar in terms of my emotions and my feelings, my emotions, my intuition. So I feel balanced out in these areas here. So, but I've awakened from a nightmare. I'm not talking about it anymore. I know better now. I know better now. So I'm back on my throne. Right? So I saved myself. This is right here. So you and somebody now are have a lot of your wishes fulfilled because you learn how to save yourself. Your wishes are being fulfilled because you learn how to save yourself. And here's the Six of Cups, right? So it's three people who did something possibly behind some people's back, maybe behind your backs. It's three people who did something behind your back without your knowledge, that now you're saying, because that's a six of that you're now deciding, hey, maybe it mirrored something else that brought out something in you that helped you to say, okay, you're not going to do anything behind somebody else's back. You're not talking about people behind their back. You're going to do anything behind people's back. It's like, and whether it's not intentional or not intentional, you're saying, you know what? If I know something that's going to, that I can help somebody, then that's what I'm going to do. So I'm not going to be so much in my feminine energy. I'm talking to men and women. We're not talking about gender. It doesn't matter if you're a man or a woman, but I'm not going to be so much in my feminine energy that it comes across as toxic and secretive, right? If I can help somebody. So that would be like, if I have to give an example, it would be like be so much in your secretive energy that I guess the best example I could give is like something lighthearted would be if you invite somebody somewhere and you know there's like a cover charge or something, right? Or and you would tell a person ahead of time, hey, you know, there's a what can I'm trying to think of something. There would be let's say there's an inspirational something event going on, but there's a you pay $20 for the ticket, but then there's a they pay like a $1 armband fee at the door. I mean, you wouldn't just assume that everybody has $1, you know, so they may say, okay, well, make sure you have a $1 bill, you know, in your wallet. Most people are like carrying like maybe credit cards. Most people are not carrying dollar bills around. So that may be something you would tell somebody, you know. You wouldn't just assume, oh, I thought you would have $1 in your pocket or whatever. Or if you took care of the expense for them because you invited them, you may say, already, you know, they're charging $1 for the band at the door. Then I already took care of your $1. It's like, oh, okay, thanks for letting me know. Something like that. You wouldn't just assume, right? Something like that. If it's something bigger, you let somebody know ahead of time. Something like that. So it doesn't end up being a nightmare for them, right? It doesn't end up being a nightmare for them. Yep, here's the Queen of Swords here. So I definitely see somebody now sitting on their throne, carefully vetting their thoughts. And sometimes you don't know until you know. Sometimes you don't know until you know, right? But in this case right here, somebody is, like I said, we started out with some kind of an acceptance of something, and then, but there's a lot of water here, so this is about creativity. So something was created. But what Source is trying to get somebody to learn how to do is kind of sort of speaking up. You know, learning how to speak up. Learning how to speak up. Coming off of this bait and switch. Stepping through this pillar of fire. Like put some fire behind yourself and just kind of like not when something way after something was created, and you know, it becomes a nightmare for you or somebody else, right? So here we have the Nine of Wands here. So somebody's definitely not going backwards into something that just didn't produce a whole lot of results. Here we also have the Ten of Wands here. So I do see somebody moving forward to having a lot of duties and responsibilities, not being burdened and bitter by anything. And here we also the Two of Diamonds here, or Two of Pentacles here. And so Source is trying to help you to balance some things out. Here we have the Queen of Pentacles between you and somebody. Source is just trying to help you balance some things out. Trying to help you to balance some things out. Trying to help you to balance some things out. Right? Oh, here's Aviator. Right? I'm trying to help you to balance some things out. Yeah, here's the so it's so you can create a new beginning. So you can create a new beginning. So you can, the scales from your eyes can be removed. Here we also have the Nine of you know, the Nine of so there's no more conversation around wills, trust, you know, monies, anything, you know, around any energies that may be money hungry. Like no more of those conversations around energies who may be like, ooh, money, you know, no more conversations around energies where you know, so that will put you in a circus situation, put somebody else in a circus situation. All right, let's see what else we got going on here. Let's see what else we have going on here. Let's see what else we have going on here. Let's see what else we have going on here. Let's see what else we got going on here. Yep. So brand new situation going on here. Here we have the 3 of coins here. So a new team is being formed here. New beginning, new team being formed. Here's the 3 of coins. It's like talking about a new team being formed here. So yeah. So somebody is back on, you know, back in the saddle again, talking about going into a new team, new beginnings. Yeah, moving forward and leaving behind the past. You know, leaving behind the past. Leaving behind past secrets. Learning how to believe in themselves again. Those kind of things, right? Leaving behind past judgments and all of that. And so the Judgment card is like people who are obsessed with people's past, you know, leaving behind all of that. Somebody's learning how to believe in their dreams again, leaving behind energies who are obsessed with people's past. Somebody's learning how to just believe in their dreams again, right? You know, having some new ideas, some fresh ideas. And that's the Ace of Wands there. Ace of Wands. Yeah, here we have the Queen of Cups. Moving forward, and remember down here is there's no gender here. No gender down in the minor arcana, right? So yeah. Yeah, and Judgment is coming down on some energies who kind of sort of left you in the dark about some things in the past. Here we have the Queen of Cups here. And so you have some, you know, new compassion here. Queen of Cups. What did I do? Yeah, Queen of Cups. Some compassion. So let's see you taking some notes. Whatever anxiety you may have been having about some things will be going away very soon. Yeah. Here we have the 5. So that you'll feel, you know, like I said, feel worthy. You know, so that you won't feel like you left out of anything. Don't feel like you left out in the cold with anything. Here we have the Temperance card. And just learning how to see things from just a higher frequency. So you're not left out. You feel like, you know, you are creating your own legacy. You're creating your own legacy because you're not left out of anything, right? That you're not chained to the devil. Right? So some kind of a new apprenticeship is happening here. That is some kind of new creativity is happening here for somebody. Like part of your legacy. Part of your legacy. So some kind of a new legacy is happening here. Where somebody's going to feel like, okay, maybe like going to school for something, for somebody. That's a part of your legacy. So here's the Tower card. So now somebody's going to start seeing the Tower card in a healthy way. In your vulnerability, because somebody is very creative. Yeah, somebody has always been very creative. And that's the thing about your allowing your creativity to just kind of sort of flow. Something about your creativity flowing and just being in those spaces where you start to think, okay, I'm in spaces where all of a sudden my creativity is flowing now. I'm thinking about this, I'm thinking about that, I'm thinking about this. Okay, I'm awakened from a nightmare. I'm not talking about that anymore. People judging you from your past. You're not talking about those things anymore. You know, you're building new relationships. So something is happening here, right? So you're in spaces where somebody is going to be in spaces where you feel like there's partnerships and you're not being talking down to. People are talking to you as a partner in business. Like partners in business, and people are not talking to you like you're some little kid, like you're not smart enough, like you're not, like you don't know any better. Like, how come you don't know this and how come you don't know that, and you should know this by now, right? All right, let's see what else we got going on. So you're very close to achieving your goal. You're very close to achieving your goal. Very close to achieving your goal. Very close to achieving your goal. Yeah, very close to achieving your goal. Yeah. I feel like, you know, just somebody just kind of sort of failed to, and it's somebody just kind of sort of failed to, and people do this all the time, you know, just in this emotional manipulation, failing to acknowledge people's presence, you know. I feel like this is what was happening with somebody. It was like failing to acknowledge your intellect. You know, with this right here, whether it's some kind of partnership in business or partnership in love, like anytime you have, that's why somebody keeps falling for the bait and switch, almost like failing to acknowledge what you bring to any table. You know, so if you're in any it would be like this right here. Don't necessarily look at the skin color, right? But I'm just saying, like, just in any setting, people, you always feel like, okay, well, you don't really have anything to bring to any table. Whether you're, it's like it being in a romantic relationship and always feeling like this person is better than you are. Like your words don't matter, this doesn't count. So no matter who's having a conversation, like their friends come over, family come over, everybody is much more important than you are. And so it's like they're just talking around you and you're just like, okay, you just there. Same thing at work, you just kind of there, right? And it's intentional though. So every time they just give you, like, toss you crumbs, like, okay, so you just always falling for the bait and switch because you just feel like, okay, I just want to be here, because you don't really know your worth and you don't know your value, but you're always being left out. So but that's intentional. That's really showing their low self-esteem. Actually, that's not a leader at all. It's really showing their low self-esteem. They stay in competition with somebody. So here we have inner child. So allow me to give compassion and love to that little one. Let me attend to its deepest needs and feelings. So yeah, it happens a lot with a lot of people, you know, especially like in some workspaces. Y'all, you know what I'm saying? Like, if you ever worked in some workspaces where people are like kind of sitting around a round table and people kind of being shady, like being shady at a round table at work. Oh, you know, somebody finally ask a question at the table and they'd be like, oh, so and so has something to say. It's like, well, yeah, he has something to say, right? So, but everybody has value. Everybody brings something to the table. That's everybody. So I think everybody has worked in those kind of settings where people are just a little shady in the workplace, trying to be funny. Not ha-ha funny. Trying to use people's past against them. But somebody's just learning how to patch things together, you know, and just knowing your worth and knowing your value. But I really think, looking at the cards here, somebody is just a really super nice person. I mean, that's what I think. I think this somebody is a really, really nice person. Just running, and one day somebody will learn how to just say, okay, I don't feel valued here. I'm going to go where I'm appreciated and not where I'm just tolerated. So you have ideas. You have fresh ideas. This is the Ace of Wands here. Yeah, here we have use of hands. Yeah, that's just how somebody is, you know, created by the creator, right? Is the use of hands. You're just how you're created by the creator. And that's how you're gonna somebody is a prayer warrior. Somebody is really a prayer warrior. So somebody's gonna really start to value their prayer time, like your alone time with Source. That's how you were created by the Creator. So abundance. I cannot lose what is mine by divine right. All good things come to me in due time. I operate by faith, not fear. Everything I need for success is within me. I am the key. Yeah, that's how some people are created. Some people are and you're not trying to take anything away really from them. I mean, the Creator created everything. You're not trying to take anything away from them. So it is what it is. But like I said, I see you have some new ideas. See that you have some new ideas. See you moving on. Seeing things from a higher frequency. Let's see what else we got going on here. Look at these cards trying to flip out on out the deck. So yeah, we have the Four of Pentacles. I see somebody learning how to be a little bit more conservative with their time. I see you getting some rest. And I do see soulmate. Soulmate energy is not always romantic. This will be crystal clear. Soulmate could just be, members of your soul tribe. But we have the Four of Diamonds here. Four of Pentacles. And that's what I see somebody staying focused. I see you taking notes. And that's what it is. I see you learning how to take notes. So when you're in spaces where you feel like, okay, I feel like I'm walking a tightrope. I'm nervous. I feel like I'm sweating, and my palms are sweaty. I'm nervous. I want to ask questions. I'm not really sure. Even if you're in space, I feel like if somebody's in spaces and somebody, is being sarcastic, like you should already know this, or being shady or whatever the case may be, you're just coming right back and like, I assume this is a space where I should be able to ask questions, right? Yeah, so that's what Source is going to put you in spaces where you can ask questions. And here we also have the Knight of Pentacles here. And because you're already a hardworking person. People already know how hardworking you are. And what's the other? And I do see you finally being able to get some rest. Finally being able to get some rest. Finally being able to get some rest. Whoa. Child, these cards are really trying to do the pop lock out of my hands. What in the world? What in the world? All right, cards. I see what y'all doing here. Okay, all right. I see what the card's trying to do. So let's get a number. 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 16, I am perceptive, and that's the 16 card in Tarot Tower card. So I am perceptive. You have an inquisitive mind that allows you to uncover important truths. You have a special ability to read into other people's feelings, a wisdom seeker, and your angels ask to share your knowledge for the benefit of others. That's right, ask to share your knowledge for the benefit of others. So like I said, you all have invested a lot of time in to others. Now you want to start investing that time into you, so that when you're balancing things out and you feel like, okay, you're led to ask questions, you would have prayed for clarity first. Okay, so now I have a list of however many questions you need to ask. So when you're in these meetings, I got boom, 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 I got all of these questions, and let's just go down the list of questions. So it shows, okay, I've been investing some time. So by the time I get to this meeting right here, I got my list of questions. Okay, y'all got the answers? Okay, because I got the questions. I've been studying, and it's go time, right? So that's what I'm saying for you all, so that you're not chained to fear, doubt, uncertainty, judgment, where people are just like, okay, you're feeling like people are looking down on you, or you feel like people are judging you, or vice versa, and all of that other stuff. So you can like really just take off, like you don't feel like, okay, I made a poor decision, or I didn't make the best decision with this. right? So that's what I'm seeing for you all. Thank you so much for joining me. And yeah, that's what I have for you. That's what I have for you. All right. So see you all in the next video. See you in the next video. So yeah. So you'll be able to toss some things into, like I said before, you'll be able to toss some things into a burning bowl, because again, you're in a very vulnerable space right now, but I do see somebody feeling changed, liberated, and free. From, from just, from something, right? Beginnings, and just kind of more of a free spirit, more of a free spirit. Just feeling more of a, feeling, like getting more comfortable in just that free spirit energy. That's what I'm saying for you all. Just being a little bit more comfortable in that free spirit energy, instead of just now feeling like, okay, I'm left out of everything. I feel like you're going to feel more comfortable being in that free spirit energy. All right, that's what I have for you. So as we're about to enter into this new year, all right, bye.